most specialists believe that flying is even going to become more expensive in the near future. It has been observed that air tickets are costing extremely higher than in the past during this festive season. As a rule of thumb, flyers know that buying an air ticket at the end of year, you could actually face a 40% increase. But this time around, it's way higher than they expected. I am talking with Enga Kameni, who is by all standards, for me, a frequent flyer. He lives in Cairo, Egypt, and constantly crisscrosses the continent as well as the globe for work. And who knows, maybe sometimes leisure. Good day, Enga.
Good day. Thanks for having me.
Do you agree that air tickets are rising sharply and that could continue?
Yes, Muta, it has been rising and it continues to rise. I'll give you a clear example. Just this week, I have had to spend in the region of about $3,000 for different things related to ticket. For instance, I was in Rwanda on Friday, and I had to travel on Monday, but due to awaiting the COVID results, I couldn't travel. So I traveled on Tuesday, and there was like a $700, $800 price that I had to pay for it. And I got to Lagos. I had an emergency in Cairo. So normally I had to pay another $900 extra for the ticket that I had where I had to fly on Friday. Mm-hmm. But since I had to fly on Wednesday, then my family, for one or two reasons, they're in Houston, and I had to push the ticket. And 5 of them, so to extend each person's ticket is in the region of like $400. So the prices keep on increasing, and I couldn't go beyond a particular date, especially for my family. And what we are seeing is just some crazy increase in prices. And I definitely agree with what you said earlier on.
Well, the US for most people accounts for, we would say, a fifth of passenger trips across the world. How much do you think is the desire for Americans to actually escape the pandemic restrictions now that they're beginning to open up a factor in terms of rising prices?
Yeah, they're beginning to open up, but we are not really seeing that. For instance, we've had to contend with the closure of the U.S. embassy, or a partial closure of the embassy in Cairo. Visas very difficult. In fact, some of the appointments are up to June next year if you go there. But this notwithstanding, there have been this 2-year period where people who have some sort of been in prison, people who like to travel to meet family. So irrespective of the COVID, irrespective of the restrictions that we are having, there is still that desire, right? Even though the prices are increasing, there are restrictions. People just want to go about. People just want to try to normalize life as it used to be before or pre-COVID. So I think there will always be this urge to travel, whether or not we have these restrictions. There will always be this urge to open up. But then we have to now contend with the Omicron, which probably posits a different dynamic.
Well, you've mentioned it. Omicron is almost making us dilly-dally, if you care. Countries which had decided to open up borders are beginning to restrict, at least for certain destinations. Don't you feel that in this context, one would have expected air tickets to be cheap and not expensive, given the fact that not many people are traveling or can travel if they want to?
Yes, it's ironical. You hit the iron right where the word on the spot that is hot. It's ironical that you don't have many people traveling with all these restrictions, and you will have expected that prices will go down. But that is not the reality that we are seeing. We keep on seeing increase in prices, and maybe one of the reasons, after speaking with people in the airline industry, is that the airline companies, they just want to get this window of opportunity to try to gain from some of the losses over the past 2 years, and some of them, they see this as a window of opportunity. No one knows, right? Omicron has come up. I was in South Africa and I escaped it, by a fraction of a second, right? The restrictions. So no one really knows. I believe the airlines, they are just making use of the opportunity. But we expect that given the high season, and since some countries are still open up, the prices will continue to go up, right? Until maybe sometimes mid-January or end of January.
Well, thank you, Enga. Safe skies whenever you're traveling, and good luck going through all of those controls: face masks, gels, vaccination cards. It's really, really, really a lot to deal with. Good luck with that, and don't stop. I think we can beat this.
Thank you, Muta. Have a nice evening. It was a pleasure talking to you and sharing my experiences, the challenges that we are facing, especially, moving from one place to another.